Hello, welcome to another edition of Tiski Fundiz. Continental Staff. We welcome Lufuno to this Continental Staff. He's been missing, he's been AWOL, he's been adopted left, right, and center. Maybe you were the Azizki of everywhere else. Chief Azizki left, we were praising he's gone to Wydad. Cox was saying RM signed him. Now he's not wanted property.
Yeah, but that has to tell you exactly about the northern teams. They like to do this kind of shenanigans. The question is, why would you sign a player of Azizki's caliber? We all know what this Azizki is all about.
But they say he's not quality.
No. That, as I said, that tells you about this team. I mean, you look at, Rulani was clear. That was Rulani's signing, by the way.
Yeah.
But when Rulani was gone, they still followed it up and still go and sign him. So why would you sign a player and then 2 months down the line, you don't want that player?
Cox, does Yanga say, welcome back home, son? Or is it, no, you left us, thank you very much.
What do you mean you left us? It's not like he didn't leave on good terms. He left on good terms. He didn't do funny things. He didn't stay away. He was released. Let them welcome him back.
And I'm assuming that Wydad paid a transfer fee to Yanga. So, but the question is, how does this work out?
No, because if you are Yanga, you say, I've just gotten the money.
No, but
do you release him?
He just clocked now. E-wallet just arrived to say the money is there.
Will Wydad continue paying if they were paying installments?
You know what happens in up north. Up north, they're not scared of those FIFA offices. They know.
They're happy to they live there.
Take them there, they know. There's just something that's happening there that maybe we need to speak about. It needs a show on its own. We need to talk about what's happening up north.
Are they signing Lorch?
They want him. High interest.
No. You see, that's the thing. The same way that's saying they're releasing players. Now they've got a Lorch who's the talk of the town, but Lorch is a Sundowns player.
Is he coming back?
Chief, he must come back.
No, Lorch must not come back.
No, wait.
No, he has to come back, I understand. But he must just come back.
By procedure, he must come back to Sundowns until the new agreement is done, because every agreement has got terms and deadlines. So that deadline is gone, or you were there for a season, and that season is
that's it. You have to come back and clock back in, fingerprint, robe on, and then come back. I don't think there's a space for a Lorch that will play week in, week out at Mamelodi Sundowns. There's a huge void for a Lorch that will play Beke Wydad. So it's a no-brainer. The environment is conducive for Lorch. The environment is fertile ground.
My question is, do you think that Cardoso did not see enough of what Lorch can offer? And say, look, I can basically integrate this guy back to Sundowns team.
But when
because
when you integrate him, who do you take out?
Salles. So it's no brainer. You don't have to think about it.
But Salles is not given a starter.
Salles is not even Jay.
No, but Salles is playing 70-80% of Sundowns games.
But
and Lorch will strive on that.
But here's my thing. And this is something that Sundowns, from my thinking, they've got to decide and be able to do. You bought Lorch. And the coaching department, the technical team, the sporting director said, we're not using you. Sharp, no problem. And we then loaned. There is nothing wrong with saying, we were not using you, you're flourishing somewhere else, you can go.
I'll let him go.
Because we were not using you. And now...
But the question is, which players Sundowns have sold outright?
What do you mean? It's cash. Cash is my lula.
I'm talking about a player that you're selling to a direct competitor. Like Wydad, that you might play against the same player in the next 2 years or so, or a season.
You mean in the continent?
Yes, in the continent. I mean, Mailula was an issue of, it's an opportunity for him to go and play overseas. But I'm saying that when Sundowns release a player, that they say, we are not using this player, we're going to sell him to a Pirates.
No, that argument is flawed, Lufuna, as follows. Which of the North African teams have actually come and made an offer to Sundowns of their players?
Well, Alali have come through to
no, those were here.
They've come to no. Said no.
Story with AB. Botoili.
You released him.
Yeah, but
you didn't sell him. You released him.
But they're not scared to do it. They didn't have to.
But
you released him. But it's still a contract running.
Cox, we have to correct something. Lufuno says Al Ahly came for Serino. Serino said to Sundowns that I want there's an offer that's coming. Coach Rulani even said
offered himself.
he offered himself, and Sundowns waited for the offer.
Last week, 2 weeks back, you were saying you must be very careful of players that offer themselves. And you said that. But right now,
you must be careful of players that offer themselves.
No, but Sirino offered himself, and as Coach Rulani said, they waited for an offer. They said, okay, you're not going to be in our playing plans. Wait. And they waited for an offer, and the season ended.
Okay.
So now the question then, you then sit and you say, Lorch is here. If Wydad makes an offer, I would say Sundowns must release him because they were not using
Now
him.
my question is, and I'm asking you, I know you're a Sundowns supporter. Do you think Lorch cannot add value at Sundowns at this point in time?
he can, but
So why is he not given an opportunity to play at
Sundowns
Sundowns?
add value into what is happening currently for Lorch? Remember, you are now you had a Lorch that was not featured prominently, but now this side you have a Lorch that is being hailed as the king.
He's a marquee guy there.
It's not negotiable that Lorch starts a match.
One
that
of
side.
the reasons when you loan players out, sometimes is to get the players to find themselves and rediscover the form. And so that, you can re-look at him and say, hold on, but this guy has revamped himself, has rediscovered the form, he's here to play. Why would Lorch not be looked at that at Sundowns? Why do you want him to go? When he's as quality as a player like Lorch can come and add value at Sundowns?
Because of environment. Sometimes a player would flourish because of the environment that is in. Sometimes it's a country that they're in. Sometimes Lorch has played for 2 teams. And we know some of the things that have happened. Let the boy be there, man. There are things that are happening for him. He's now focusing on his football. Let him stay there. Let's not be greedy and try and have him back. And we must start a campaign to have him there because a fit Lorch fits into Bafana.
I think Sundowns have made their bed in terms of Lorch, loaning him out. Now he's wanted, he's high commodity. If he's wanted, allow the boy to play wherever he needs to be able to, rather than to hold him back. Because we know if he comes to South Africa,
my next
if he comes to
question
South
will be,
Africa,
is Lorch for sale?
That I know where you are heading because
No, but I'm just asking. I get you. No, but I'm saying.
I get we're also answering.
I'm saying.
We're also answering.
Is it Lorch for sale?
Are we not answering? I get we're answering.
Answer
Yes.
me. Don't tell me that I'm heading somewhere. I'm not having answer the question.
Clearly, I know you because I'm telling
you know when Lufuno's going. This bus is written here.
He wants to paint me in the corner and Lorch. Whether it's for sale or not, that's another discussion.
Or it's a sale for certain teams only.
I don't think Lorch is for sale in the country.
Oh, it's not for sale.
So I don't know that it's for sale.
It's for sale. Because if you think that Lorch cannot play at Sundowns, I totally don't agree with the notion that Lorch cannot play in South Africa.
Look,
the question of Lorch is not even about playing.
Yeah.
A player of the talent of Lorch will play anywhere he goes.
Okay.
Because he's a player of high quality.
Yeah.
He was.
So it's for sale. Is he for sale?
I don't know.
Is he, so let's then go back. Is he in the plans of Cardoso?
But the first question that I asked,
I
said to you,
but
your question, Cardoso looked at what Lorch can do. As a coach, you change your mind, and we have seen Hugo Bros changing his mind about Zwane.
Maybe we should ask you this question: do you want Thembinkosi Lorch to help you in the Confederation Cup?
It's quality.
You're not answering the question.
No, why not? It's quality.
We
once knocked in that door and he was shipped to Morocco. We came and knocked in that door and he was shipped to Morocco.
You see what Lufuno's doing.
And he was shipped to Morocco.
Lufuno does this thing.
Don't go through the corners. Don't go through the corners.
Lufuno does this thing. He says we came and knocked. Yet Sundowns have got nothing in writing.
Was there an email?
There was never.
Or was it Lufuno?
It was Lufuno there by X, and they said
he thinks it could be good. You said when supporters think they're scouts. Now you think you are an administrator.
He said supporters think they're coaches.
Did you send that email?
No, I pushed the email.
So now
I'm waiting for Playback to answer.
So
to say, is he for sale? Because you cannot put a player for sale. But with conditions.
But then
you don't want him to go somewhere, and you want to use the South African environment.
No, but then
to push away other teams.
No,
I know it's good to play in Morocco. No, if Lorch is good to play and he has rediscovered his form, he can play anywhere. That's what we are saying. So if Sundowns says we don't need Lorch at Sundowns, it means Lorch is for sale. Any team that brings money can have Lorch. But it might be Richards Bay, by the way.
I don't have a problem.
We have heard another team. We have heard another team want to loan a player to Obis. So
I don't have a problem with any team wanting to sign Lorch.
Yeah.
I'm just saying right now where Lorch is playing, it suits him. if I were Thembinkosi
Prime
Lorch,
location for
stay
Lorch,
there.
stay where you are loved.
Stay there.
As the coach of Coach Pete or
Stay
Kompela,
there.
stay where you are loved.
Stay there.
Coach Peter said, if you want trophies, Lorch must stay at Wydad.
Nah.
But having said
I don't
that,
agree with that.
no, it's okay.
You want to box him there. That's what Sundowns, every Sundowns supporter wants to box him there.
No, don't
Lufuno,
do that.
Why we don't want to talk about
Don't do that.
To say
Don't
he
say-
came back, he has found himself again. He's the Lorch that we know is Lorch. And I fail to understand that Sundowns supporters are not pushing for Lorch to play for Sundowns because Lorch is far better than a lot of players that are playing in Sundowns currently.
Okay, so here's my thing.
One is Salas.
Here's the thing. There needs to be a triangle of that happen. Lorch and the two teams needs to be able to agree.
Which teams?
Sundowns, Wydad, and Lorch.
He's not a Wydad player. Lorch is not there.
No,
his
but
association with
Wydad-
Wydad
Okay, Wydad have made their intentions clear.
But I'm saying to you,
Wydad are not.
Wydad have sent the email.
Wydad are not like Chiefs. Are not like Chiefs where they sent it on X. The
I
Wydad
understand
have
we're
sent
talking
the
about the teams.
communication.
Have we all asked what Lorch want?
But that's what I'm saying.
No, but wait a minute. We're talking about Sundowns Wydad.
So you-
If we ask about what Lorch
You can ask what he wants, but
What if Lorch wants to stay in South Africa?
then that's okay. But what we are basing it
No, but what if Lorch wants to stay in South Africa now?
in the absence of us having a conversation
One-on-one.
with Lorch in close proximity. What is it? What's the first thing that we do? We look at his performance in the field.
I'll give you Lorch's number. We'll bring him here. He'll talk for himself.
No, we'll see. Lufuno, you're going back into continental football.
Yeah.
It may not be the premier tournament in CAF. It is the
It's good.
It's the conference.
It's good. And you also did mention that CAF has gotten more sponsors, but we see you. It's all right.
So
It's all right.
Lufuno, going to Netherlands, you've done diplomatic things. You've taken photos with diplomatic people. How do you feel about the signing? Do you feel you are done? I see you releasing players. Your captain is going. Castillo's going. Is room being created for other people to arrive there?
Yeah, I mean, for Castillo to be left to leave, it's an intention for the team to open the foreign spot so that they can bring a player that they feel that will add more value than what Castillo was.
Is that
was
player
doing.
a foreigner? Because I'm looking at profile.
No,
like Castillo. So we have to look at Castillo's
yes,
profile.
Yes,
Foreigner.
they have to look at the foreigner.
Middle of the park. Foreigner. Middle of the park.
Tanzanian.
I don't know about that. It might be. It might be, but I don't know about that. So we can't speculate about. Mto is not here to tell us. But all I can tell you is that for the reason that they opened the foreign spot, is that they're looking at bolstering. Maybe they find another defender that is foreign.
Or maybe a goalkeeper.
A goalkeeper that is foreign.
I heard that you're interested
Are you
in
happy with the
goalkeeper.
goalkeeping squad that the
Tanzania, you're also looking for another goalkeeper in Tanzania.
Exactly. Hence, I'm trying to say to you, we know there are two players.
So maybe we must say-
we know there are two players in Tanzania
So
that
when
are
we
free.
say- maybe when we say Tanzania, you must say,
listen.
Tanzania. Yeah.
There are two players that are foreigners that are in Tanzania, or they were playing in Tanzania. They're all free agent. One was playing at Yanga. It's just around here in Zambia. One is in Gambia. They're all foreigners. They're all free. So make up what you want to make.
So you think the goalkeeping department, though?
The goalkeeping department, they have to go and spend money for that position.
But to release certain, because all of them are contracted, to release either one.
One.
Or are you also going to create an international slot there?
My view is straightforward. Kaizer Chiefs need to refresh that goalkeeping department. Currently, you have Ntwari, who is a foreigner. He cannot sit on the bench if he's not playing. He cannot be number 3 if he's not playing.
But he was your marquee signing.
Kaizer Chiefs has to make a decision. Either they're going to have to loan him out to go to play somewhere and open that space, and they have to go for a quality goalkeeper that will be, if he's a foreigner, he'll be number 1. Bruce Vuma, my legend, Brian Baloyi, said it. We guala. So he's a coward in English. To say he had the best development. He's been at Chiefs for 10 years.
You have no honor. You're not respecting
No, I'm telling
Bruce.
you what.
You're not respecting Bruce.
I'm telling the legend.
Yeah,
that
but you're not
the legend
respecting
was there.
Bruce.
The
Yeah,
legend
but
knows. The legend knows exactly what he's talking
the legend
about.
can know.
He was there.
The legend can know.
He was there. He was
Mara.
cooked there.
No,
Mara
but the
Lufuno,
legend can know
here's what I
No,
would
it's a
say.
fact. I'm
No,
not respecting
respect
Bruce.
Bruce.
No, for what?
No,
But here's-
What is it that he has done that I must respect him?
Bruce.
Has he not won
Carry
trophies?
two in that
Has he not won
difficult
trophies?
time.
Which trophy?
I am asking you.
Which trophy?
Has he not won you the trophy?
Which trophy?
Was it not the same Bruce that took you to this? You brag week in, week out, telling us about the semi-final, the last team to be in a final with DDC players. Is he not part of those DDC players?
He was part of the DDC players, but he's not growing.
Did you not know that he was brave?
No, but he's not
brave
growing
when he was playing in the
but
Champions
he's not
League.
brave. He's not growing.
But this guy faced
But he's not
Wydad
growing.
and used to go,
but he's not growing.
but you never had any problem.
His graph goes in
You
like
have
this.
no on.
Lufuno, now say this.
He must leave.
Lufuno, now say the
You
following.
have no on.
Whether you're a legend or not, it does not therefore mean that your opinion is best. It's your opinion.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean it's the right one.
It's the same key, that legend.
It's the same guy who was a goalkeeper coach.
He said you must sign Oscar Rimba.
Go sign Oscar Rimba. He said you must sign Oscar Rimba.
But he said what he said.
No, go sign Oscar Rimba. You believe.
The coach said, Bruce got the best development.
We are saying what he said.
Do you disagree with it?
We are saying what he said.
Do you disagree with it?
We're not there. We don't
No, now I'm saying.
You don't know. What do you don't know?
I was not at the training session.
We're going. No,
What is it that you don't know?
Lufuno, we're going on.
What is it that you don't know?
We go with your legend.
You must have on.
Fox, wait.
You must have on.
We're going with what your legend is saying.
Yeah. Yeah, equal.
We take that.
Yeah.
The very same legend says you must sign Oscar Rin. Oscar Rin is still available in the market.
But how many years? You the one that always said Kaizer Chiefs will go and sign a player 3 years later. So you want us to do the same mistake that you are telling us about.
But I get you are the one that...
I get you are following the legends.
We have...
But this is the very same legend.
Goalkeepers. That needs to be given a chance at Kaizer Chiefs.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing.
It's over.
Is it not the same legend? Is it not the same legend who could have instilled the very same discipline and make sure that Bruce Aksikwala? They did not coach him for 2 seasons.
But you can push the cow to drink the water. If he doesn't want to drink the water, he doesn't want to drink the water. It's as simple as that.
Drink water. Took you to a
Continental Championship
final.
But for the past 3 years, if there's one guy that is given an opportunity to be a goalkeeper at Kaizer Chiefs and own that number one spot, it's Bruce. And he failed. And we cannot sugarcoat it and make it look nice and whatnot. He failed. Bruce is not a quality that is supposed to be a quality for. It's okay for a backup goalkeeper. We don't need backup goalkeepers at Kaizer Chiefs. We need to solve that problem. We need that to solve that problem. He's the most senior goalkeepers at Kaizer Chiefs. In terms of years, he's been there more than anybody else, and he's still not number one goalkeeper at Kaizer Chiefs. Why is he there?
So you don't have faith in him taking you to the Confed?
No, he must leave.
So, but you're happy with the squad at Confed Chiefs? Or you still want...
We need to solve the goalkeeping department.
The striking department?
Chiefs at this point in time has showed me that the players that we have signed, we haven't seen him enough to say he will solve the problem. For me, if you have quality player that is available, a proven goal scorer that is available is free. I can't we sign free players. If he's free, go and take him. Shadulile is there.
The problem is
he's a proven goal scorer. But he scores goals.
But the problem is, but here's my thing. You always say free. Anything mahala you want. Why can't you just buy the players so that the players are quality?
Players might be free in the market, but they get paid salaries.
No, I don't dispute.
But all I'm saying to you,
go on. No, top goal.
No,
you say you want
Real Madrid got Mbappe for free.
No, but that was
disputing that.
No, but
they got Trent for free.
Yeah, but that was arranged.
No, but you dispute. No, there's no arrangement.
But here's my thing.
You are disputing.
But here's my thing. If you want the top goalkeeper, if you want the top goalkeeper, there's nobody who's mahala. Having said that,
I said to you when we started, I said they must go for goalkeeper department. They must go and spend money. Diarra is there. They pay.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
I saw a cherry and it was red.